A warm welcome to this spontaneous video about the situation in the Middle East. Maybe you heard about this counter-strike by Israel against Iran that took place the last hours, and the situation now is really critical. What can we see from our astrological perspective? I already made a video about Israel and Iran, and you can watch it, my predictions. And today we will look at the horoscope, what will happen next. And I use the annual horoscope, the Varshafal chart, for this prediction, because there we can see really clearly what is going on and why is something happen. And for this, I will show you this special chart. It is not the birth chart of a country. You may know I normally use the birth chart for my predictions, but the annual chart, the Varshafal chart, is a special chart only for 1 year. But there we can see better what is going on. So, and if you want to learn more about Vedic astrology and how you can use this technique and also look at your annual horoscope that brings you a lot of information what will happen next in your life, then you can sign up. I have an online course where you can learn everything about Vedic astrology. So I will show you here the horoscope, and I also look on the horoscope here on my website, and there you can see in this annual chart of Israel, the ascendant is there in the sign of Sagittarius, and there we also see the letters M-U-N for Munta. What is Munta? Munta is not a planet. Munta is an energetic point that shows us in this yearly chart what is the focus in this year. And there you can see the Munta is in the first house. And the first house stands for the land itself. And this is the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is the field of war. Sorry to say that. And maybe you know it is the natural 9th house, Sagittarius. And in Sagittarius, it is about our belief system and mostly about our religious beliefs. And we know we have wars on this world for so long, and mostly about religion, about what we believe, that we think we believe in the right God, and we have to fight against anybody else who has another God. So this is really the cause of a lot of wars. There might be other reasons for these wars, and we use religion to start a war, but maybe there are deeper reasons. And so this is the topic for Israel in this year with this Varshafal chart. It speaks about religious beliefs and also the topic of religious wars. So we can see it really clearly. The chart shows us that. And then we look next. Next we look, where is the ruler of the first house in this annual chart? And this is Jupiter. And Jupiter is placed in the sign of Aries. And Aries is also, the ruling planet of Aries is Mars. And this brings a lot of this Martian energy in this chart, and this means it is about war. So a war about religion, we can see. And there we have this immense and great conjunction I spoke of in many videos of Jupiter and Uranus in the sign of Aries. And this brings a lot of unexpected things in this year. Unexpected attacks and so on. So this is not really easy. And it speaks of, with Uranus and Jupiter, it speaks of transformation, unexpected transformation. Next, what we can see in this horoscope is planet Mars. Planet Mars is always a trigger and brings problems. And Mars sits there in the 8th house. The 8th house is about obstacles, about scandals, about secrets, about transformation, about death and rebirth. Not easy. And this is really, and brings a lot of anger with it. And at the same time, the ruling planet of the sign Cancer, where Mars is placed in this annual chart, is the moon. And the moon sits in the 4th house in the sign of Pisces. And there we had this solar eclipse. It's really all is connected. And like I told you, the last solar eclipse before in October, and I spoke about this in other videos, and I spoke about the danger of a terrorist attack that then happened with Hamas to Israel. I spoke about all this in my videos. And this last eclipse was also the cause of the problems we experience now. And then we had the solar eclipse on April the 8th. And there was the attack from Iran to Israel with the drones you might have heard of. And now it is the counterstrike of Israel. And this is all connected to those energies. And it speaks really of a lot that is going on, because Mars is also in the chart now together with Saturn. And this is also a reason why this war happens. It is about karma, because Saturn stands for karma, for old wounds we have in us and old things we want to solve and we want to heal. And then they pop up and we can decide what we do with these energies. So we have to understand, not the chart predicts anything, any event. It's only those energies we can experience. What we do with those energies, we decide. And we decide because of our belief system. And that's really important to understand. Not the planets force anything, or they show us it's critical and it could be part of a war, but we humans, we decide what we do with these energies. That's important. But now let's take a look on the chart of Iran, because this is also very, very, very interesting what we can see there. So in this annual chart we have there the ascendant sign is Capricorn, and there we have also Pluto. Pluto speaks of power and often brings really danger with it. And the ruling planet is Saturn, and like I told you, and that Saturn is really important about this war, because it is really old stuff that is coming up, and it is really it is older than our Bible. The problem with Israel and the other religious countries. This problem is far older, and it comes from another star system. But that's not part of this video today. Let's only check the astrological situation we can see there. So we look also at the munta, because the munta shows us the reason what is most important in this year. And there we can see the Munta is in the 4th house. And this is also the sign of Aries. And there we also saw the ruling planet of Israel, of Sagittarius. And this connects those horoscopes together. And there we have this great conjunction between Uranus and Jupiter. And this stands for religious beliefs and rebellion. So we see it's really playing out these topics that a long time it bubbled in the under the ground, and now it comes up and shows us this is important. And the 4th house in a horoscope stands for the country, for the land, and for the people. So we will see that this war will also be happen in Iran and will bring a lot of problems to the people there. It's really not nice what I can see there, because Mars rules also the sign of Scorpio, and that's not easy. That stands for transformation and also for the topic of death. So that's not easy. And I hope and I pray that we will find any solutions, and that, that we find solutions. But what I see in the chart is that it is really a big problem, and Mars is also in this annual chart the worst planet, the most worst planet that this chart can have. It is the Badakesh, and it's too much for if you do not understand astrology in that depth. But it is the most ruling planet, and it is the ruler of Scorpio, where it is about transformation. And the solar eclipse happened in the 3rd house. There is also the sun. The sun is also very important when we look on this chart, on this annual chart. And the sun was in Israel's horoscope. I don't remember if I spoke about this, in the 6th house. And the 6th house is about problems, accidents, and also it is about our enemies. Sorry. So this is really important. And the sun is in the chart of Iran in the 3rd house, and there was the solar eclipse. And the 3rd house is about neighbors, neighborhood. And and this happened with that Iran attacked the neighbor Israel. So we can see those things in this chart really clearly. And I will give you now a small prediction how this war will go on. And for this, we have to understand that planet Mars, will transit in the sign of Pisces on the 24th of March. This is very important because there we have Rahu, and in Pisces was the last solar eclipse. And like I told you, this connects all those things together. And when Mars will conjunct Rahu, then this will also increase the problem with war very, very much. And I think on a worldwide level, I have to say, because also this conjunction of Uranus and Jupiter, we had this conjunction, not a direct conjunction, but both planets in the sign of Aries in the year 1940, shortly after the outbreak of the Second World War. So that's not easy. It's really very, very dangerous, the situation we experience now. And I hope that all the leaders on the world know how dangerous this situation is. And this is also called the Anchor Yoga, when Mars and Rahu will join together, and this will increase the problems very, very much. And it will also increase the problems with all those bombings and those, because Jupiter and Uranus, this increases also. They are really good energies, but they also increase the problem with bombs that come from above, because Uranus stands for this. Yes, and if I look in the long term, what I see, then I can see October 2025 might be a time where it will get better. This is what I see for Israel mostly, but till then it will bring a lot of destruction, and I hope that we humans can avoid this increasing of these situations. And really, it's important what you do with your life, and to find peace in your life, to understand that fire against fire never brings any solution. It brings more pain, more suffering, and more problems. And I hope that we understand this more, how important it is to um, to to connect with our inner peace and stand up for peace, make a revolution for peace. I hope so. And please share this video with other like-minded people. And thank you for listening, and I love you.